in regards to people trying to test you, the disrespect, even put their hands on you. So you got to show that other side of you.
So wait, all this happens in female prisons too?
Man, of course, of course.
But nah, nobody tells those stories though. So it can't really be happening.
Yeah,
I
right.
mean,
Listen, I went
so
to this other prison, right? So now this is like 5, 6 years down the line, and
right.
I went to one of the worst, Hazleton, and it's in Virginia.
Okay.
Oh my God, the girls call it Gazelton, right?
Oh,
Because
is that right?
it is what it is.
Right, right, right.
You can't even look one of their ways before one of them think that you're looking at their dudes or whatever.
Oh,
So long
okay.
story short, when I went in there from one shoe to the next. So it's not like I
Okay.
went in like a fresh meat with my little bags out. I went in with my stuff, and so I didn't even get my stuff right away. I got my stuff later on through R&D. So that day they were doing like a mandatory move. They get on the PA, everybody pack your shit, and you just gonna be moved because it was just too much sex going on in there.
Oh,
And
okay.
was
Yeah.
living in like you. They was living in there. Mind you, it's a three women. It's
Three
a three
women
woman.
tell.
It's a three-woman cell.
Okay.
So imagine you living in a three-woman cell with a couple
Oh, okay.
all
Yeah, yeah.
day doing couple things. It was just an uncomfortable situation, right? So they would just randomly pack your shit and move.
Right.
So packed our shit. They counted everybody. Then I just turned my back for 2 seconds. I look, my whole bags is gone. When I tell you
Oh.
this, my whole shit was just gone. It was just gone. I said, all right, being that we're moving, still naive to shit, and I wanted to start trouble. I'm like, being that we're moving, let me tell the counselor, maybe somebody picked it up by mistake. This nigga slapping his tobacco with a spit cup. He said, looks like you're shit out of luck. Nobody gave a fuck. I said,
Straight
oh
up.
shit. I said, I'm gonna have to fight for my shit. I said,
Got
God,
that damn right.
I just got here. I came here today from the shoe. Like I'm fresh in. Like I just
Mm-hmm.
came from doing another 6 months bit from the shoe.
Yeah.
So the girls thought that I didn't know anyone. They really thought I was fresh meat, but luckily I did know a couple of people. And let's just say I had to fight for my shit, get my
Nah,
shit.
nah, nah. No, let's not just say. No, I want to hear the story. Nah. I
This
want to
is
hear what happened. Nah. One
one.
story.
The
I
rest
just
got
want one.
I
Yeah,
got
that's right.
so,
Absolutely. Yeah, because make them okay. You got to give them a taste, so they want to get the book.
okay. Just a taste. So
Yes, ma'am.
the girls are cracking jokes at me. Everybody's laughing. Everybody knows who has my shit. They was like, you better go get your shit. Maria got that shit right up there in her room. I said, God damn. I already know I got to go back to the shoe. So everybody, like I said, a couple of people didn't know that I knew certain people. So I knew a lot of the studs there too.
Oh, okay.
Chicks that look just like
Right.
dudes. So next thing you know, one of my homeboys, like I gotta call him by the appropriate, pronouns.
Right.
Tito come through like Santa Claus with my bag.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit, Tito went through. Tito went through and picked up my bag, and I don't know what happened or how it happened. So I got my bag. I'm gonna let the shit go. Later on, when we're settled in our room, I go with like 2 coolers to get the ice from the little ice room, and now the black girls that was in there, right? The African American crew that was there, they're all cracking jokes. You got punked. You let this little Mexican girl over here do. You already know they try to divide
Mm-hmm.
us at all times.
Inciting.
They do.
Yeah.
So you let the Mexican girl get your stuff. So I'm like, whatever, man. Like I got my shit. I ain't even worried about you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just laugh about it too. How about that?
Right.
I got my shit. So the girl is there, the lady's there that took the stuff, right? So she was like, I didn't take your stuff. I said, let me tell you, I got the 2 coolers on me. I'm gonna tell you
Mm-hmm.
what's gonna happen right now. You're gonna pipe it down. We cracking jokes, we laughing. I got my stuff back. We just gonna leave this how it is. She kept on. She kept on. This was my fault. I would never ask another person to hit me again. So I got
Oh,
the coolers, right? I said, I'm gonna knock you upside the head with the coolers. So I'm gonna let you get one good one in, because I already know what's coming down, right? Next thing you know, I see her hand up, ready to swing at me. But Tito comes again and just chokes her from the back. So from there, If I offered to swing with my coolers, guess what happened?
You hit
So
it
we
with the
swing and Tito
cooler.
got her. The whole prison starts singing "Happy Birthday." Cause I don't know this. This is a new form. So they singing. They swamped us around. They singing "Happy Birthday," and this was just to so the
Distract the
police doesn't
guards.
see a distraction. So the police won't
Yeah.
come
I
see
like that idea.
what's fighting.
That's a good
So
idea.
yeah. So next thing you know, somebody moves me, takes me to one of the rooms. They take her to another room. By the time they come, they don't know who swung who what,
Right.
who get questioned. I mean, and they're not going back to look at the cameras and
Or
doing
they just
extra
find
work.
somebody lumped up.
Yeah, nobody was lumped up. Nobody was laid out. Nobody was,
Oh, okay.
bleeded out, cut it, which happened in there a lot.
Oh, okay. So there's a lot of cuttings and stuff happen?
In that place. That's the
Okay.
only place that I could really say, man, I've done
But they can
seen
get more of that. They can get more of that in the book.
more of that in the
You know,
book. More of that in
that'll
the
be coming. The
book.
book will be coming.
That was it.
Okay, so you doing your time. You like you said you did 8 years in what is it? Over 10 institutions or 8 institutions?
8 institutions.
In 8 different
Like,
institutions. So you getting in trouble bouncing you around probably for hustling. I'm assuming you getting in trouble for hustling.
nah,
But oh, they just bounce you around
investigation,
anyway?
man, investigation after investigation.
Oh,
Man,
okay.
I learned from my first one. You don't admit nothing, you still going to the shoe.
Yeah.
And what I didn't want to do was lose more time. Because
Right.
once you admit or get caught up in something, but if they leave you in an investigation, all you got to do is lay it down for 6 months. You'll
Yeah.
be all right.
You
Your
be
time
yeah,
will
right?
take.
Keep
Your
your
time,
lips
your
stitched. Yeah,
time
yeah,
will
yeah.
take, and you don't lose no days. But once you start being involved in other stuff and telling, your time,
Then indictments come down.
a fake indictments, BOP
Fake
indictments.
indictments come down. Yeah. Okay, so then so you doing your time, you floating through, you getting ready to go home. Are you taking any kind of classes or any kind of stuff? Do they give you guys any kind
I
of
did a
classes or
lot of
anything?
writing inside. I did a lot of writing, and when I say writing, I don't want to mix my crowd either.
Yeah.
Um, you know, inside you got to be taken care of by your family. It's
Right.
not it's not a you don't get nothing for free in there. You're sitting even writing emails. I can't say, oh, I was writing 12 books or 15 books and just writing emails and my family's pumping it out. No, baby.
Yeah.
The money that came in had to be, I was blessed to get money coming in, but that had to be survival money. You're gonna buy this, you're gonna make your phone calls, you're gonna do your Skype. You gotta break that down and make it last. I'm not here faking to make it.
Yeah,
It
but
costs
see,
money to be in
I
prison.
know somebody held you down for most of your time. I know there
My
was
family,
somebody that
I'm
held you
blessed.
down.
I got 3 sisters that never let me go without,
Oh, that's
man.
what's up.
Anything else to me, yes, I had a lot of people put stuff in my books, but anything
Yeah, I'm
else
not talking
was
about
extra.
that. I'm talking about the family part.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
family, anything else was extra. Once I
And
knew what I was getting and that my sister was coming through every week, I was blessed with that.
and Lil Man was there.
My son,
Yes,
yeah,
yes, yes,
he
yes.
was like 10 when I went in. He's 21 now.
Grown man,
Yeah,
grown
he was
man stuff.
18 going on 19 when I came home.
Oof. Yeah, I know what that's like. Uh, I left. My son was just turning 1, and I came home. He was 19. Yeah, so
That's a
18. He was
whole, right?
18,
That's
19.
different.
He just graduated high. He was just getting ready to graduate high school. I got lucky. I made it right out just enough in time to see him graduate high school.
My
So
son is in college, so next year he graduates. So that'll
good
be my
stuff.
only graduation.
Good stuff. So you ended up getting out. You ended up doing your time, however it was done, and then you got out. You came to your date. Tell us what it was like the first day out for you.
I mean, I say this to a lot of people. You only think about coming home and starting, but you never think about the emotional part of coming home. Like, I really started having like anxiety attacks when I would see certain people and see certain things. Like, I thought it was bullshit. I thought
Right.
that does not happen, but that really does. For whatever the reasons is, like the changes that you see when you do that big of a time. I know you know what I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about.
Oh yeah,
That
absolutely.
that shit hits you. You can never really prepare for that.
No, you
Like,
can't. Absolutely.
yeah, you can't. And so when I started seeing it, and it was two ways. Sometimes you want it more from people and they weren't there, and then they come at you. You don't know
Yeah.
how to kung fu fight that emotion, that feeling.
Yeah.
So yeah, so all of that was in me, and I knew that I had certain goals that I wanted to finish, and so that was my next step. Well, how am I gonna achieve all of these goals and bonds with my family now that it's a different, they're different and I'm different.
You're definitely different though. But you're definitely different. Like
They,
the
mhm.
mentality after sitting still so long, nobody can understand it unless they sat still for that long. You know what I mean? People expect you to come home and be, yay, I'm free. But it's still a whole mental aspect of it that people don't understand.
And I thought I was gonna come home the same way.
Right.
Yay, I'm free. Like, what are
Yeah.
we doing
Until you got out.
till you get out and you're like, oh my God, I got all these stuff to do. So I ended up again getting in trouble in the halfway house. So I
Hmm.
didn't even make it to home confinement. I think I stayed home like 4 days before I got in some shit again. And then they remanded me to the halfway house. And it's my mouth, and I know I have to change that, about myself. It is.
Right.
Um, but I still had my goals.
Do you?
So
You got to change it.
when I came out, I said I wanted to finish like my hair school. I wanted to
Hmm.
finish my college, and then I had a couple of other little things that I wanted to do in regards to advocacy work
Right.
because being in there and then seeing these some other women's story about behind the bars, and I utilize my time. Listen, that ain't a place for nobody. I don't care how much time you have. If you don't have money coming in, there's no utilization of time. There's no proper programs. There's some women couldn't even have their family come visit them. I mean, I'm in Virginia somewhere where my people don't belong.
Right.
My people don't belong there.
Right.
We don't
I
belong
got you.
there. Yeah, we don't belong there. Some of them places don't even have a hotel. Or the hotel is like 2 hours away, is in the next town. And so all of this takes money. So when I hear people tell them I utilize and I did this, man, listen, jail ain't for it's supposed to be
No.
for killers and pedophiles.
Yeah, they got now jail is for killers, but pedophiles don't need to be in jail. They need to be dead. But
That too, but keep them there.
yeah,
Keep them
yeah.
away. Let's just
So
keep
you
them.
out. So you out. You doing your thing. You're pursuing the schooling that you already started before you went incarcerated, as well as a couple other things. But what I really want to hear about is your advocacy work.
So before I went out, I started with CCF. That was like the main one that I knew, and it's called College Community Fellowship. And all of this is in Manhattan that I've been dealing with a lot of the programs. There's one in Brooklyn called WPA, Women's Prison Association. So
Okay.
I had this book that I had my family send me in, and it was just called New York Connects. And
Mm.
basically, it's just a book of what programs they have in New York. And it's a variation of programs for housing, which there is not,
Hmm.
for HIV, for drug use, so it's for different type of things.
Right.
So when I looked in there, it was maybe like four programs
Mm.
for incarcerated women. It's a lot
Right.
of programs for men, but
Okay.
very few for women. And so CCF has a program for women who want to go back into college. And basically, what they do is they help you enroll. And
Hmm.
then when I became a part of CCF, I noticed the other programs that they had, which was like a wish program, an advocacy program, a
Right.
mentorship program, and that's just right up my alley.
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, okay, I want in. What I didn't see was program for women who had their children in college as well.
Hmm.
So I started showing them like, listen, me and my son, we having certain issues. Like now that I'm home, he got to do financial aid and he got to do this. So I became now a part of these organizations to help change certain ways because there's just no avenue for women who are coming out of prison and dealing with the family issues. Like we come out and we got to be mom and dad right away. A
That's a
lot of
fact.
women don't have husbands holding us down or boyfriends holding us down. They be like, peace.
Oh yeah,
Take it
especially after 10 years. I mean, really, like, come on.
10 years. I'm telling a homie, good luck.
Yeah,
But
do
a lot
you?
of women stay.
Well, yeah, some do, some don't. I mean, I know from experience, and over 17 years incarcerated straight, I know from experience, not a lot of people who do double digits leave out with the same person they came in with.
That came in.
You know what I mean? So there's not
And
a
then
lot of
in the
people that
bed,
stay.
there's no conjugal visits. And
Yeah,
let me
see,
put
that's
that
even
out there
worse.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah, you not
especially
he's not coming to see you and get a feel on.
as well as in the we talked about this before, and I'd like to bring a little bit of light to it. There's only one federal institution that's actually close to New York City for women to be housed in, right?
Yes, so that was a whole other issue too. But like I said, we're gonna leave that one for the book.
Yeah, that could
But
wait for
there
the
is
book.
only one, and I like the people to know that it's only holds like 100 women. We
Right,
fought for that prison because
right,
every region is supposed to have one.
right,
And so when they converted the FCI
mhm,
into a men's prison, which held like 1,000 females, we
right,
were like, well, where the hell are we supposed to go?
right.
Oh, you're going to Alabama. You going
Yeah.
over here. And every day it was like a cattle call.
Yes. Women,
Every
pack it
day
up.
it was a
Pack it
cattle
up.
call.
Pack it up.
Pack it up, pack out. And you didn't
In,
know
in,
where you was
in
going.
case people who are watching this don't get it, these are the people that women. A lot of these women have children in the New York State area, in the greater New York area, and that's their only connection to their people is close by. And a
Mhm.
lot of these people are getting transferred way away from to where it's almost impossible to get visits and keep a good connection.
Exactly.
But if you
So
guys want to hear about the fight that
it's out there.
her and other women, they can read the book.
Hold on. Yeah, they certainly can. Oh my goodness. My son. You guys are gonna meet him later.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm doing it now. He's gonna come in. He's gonna come in and bless you.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Just at least get a he'll just sit in at least and get a little bit in.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I
Pardon
see my
me?
blessed too, that I tell my son every day, I got lucky that my son wasn't in the corner. My
Yeah,
son wasn't gang banging outside. Like my reality became his nightmare and his reality.
right.
And so, he didn't have to prove to the street anything.
Nothing.
And I got lucky to that too. My son, because of how my case went, he was able to be outside. He was able to be his own person. He
Well,
didn't
because
have
you stay solid. But that's
he didn't
because you
have
stay solid. Yeah.
he didn't have to carry none of that. But we still had to work on our relationship.
Of
And there's
course.
a lot of things I had to explain to him now as a man that I'm still working on that now. Hi, son.
That's every day.
Yeah, this is him. He's gonna sit right next to us and be a part of
Sure.
it.
Absolutely. Welcome, welcome.
Yes, yes, yes. Come on, Darian. He's still in
I'll be
class
glad.
today.
I'll be
So
glad. There
can
he
you
is, man. What's going on, brother?
Doing good. How are you?
I mean, first of all, for the fans, man, what they call you, where you from, bro? That's how I ask everybody their name, bro.
What do they call me? This is
What they
Darian.
call you and where you from?
This is Darian.
Darian, where you from, bro? Where you grow up at?
Dykeman.
Who?
Yeah, Dykeman, Uptown Manhattan.
Uptown Manhattan. Okay, man. Hey, so yeah, your mom was telling us about. This is beautiful to see this. Your mom was telling us that you were 10 years old when she left away, man. If you can get into it a little bit, how that make you feel? If you can remember how it felt back then.
It was really shocking. I wasn't really understanding like the situation and what was really going on. All
Right.
that I really understood was that like my mom's gone now, so I gotta
Right.
fend for myself. I have to figure out like how I'm gonna function really, cause like we were tight. We were everywhere.
Right.
We were doing things together all the time. So
Right.
now I just had to adjust and find a way to just continue doing what I was doing when she was here. So
Yes. So you did what you had to do, and I already know the answer to this question, but I'm gonna ask it for the fans anyway. Did you ever get incarcerated for anything in your life while she was gone?
nah, I'd never got incarcerated. I mean, I had trouble in school, but it got cleared pretty fast because of basketball, and I had a lot of coaches behind me that really wanted me to do something with it. So they kept me
That's
out of
up. Good stuff. That's good to hear, man. So how was it like? Okay, so I'm not trying to put you on the spot, and I'm not trying to take too much of your time, but let's fast forward 8 years, man. Day one when she comes home, how was that, man? What was that about for you?
Mm.
That was it. It was different. I had a lot of expectations. I didn't really
Mm-hmm.
know what was gonna happen or what was gonna go on, but
Right.
I had this like void in me all that time, and I just thought it would get filled once she got home, but it just didn't work out like that. Like
Right.
it, there's a lot of things that I didn't get to talk about with people or share or express myself or anything like that. So
Absolutely.
once I got home, it was kind of like a shocking thing. I didn't think I wasn't being fulfilled like I thought I would be. So it got me in a mental state that wasn't really good.
Oh yeah, angry.
And yeah, angry,
Yeah,
depressed, disappointed.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
A lot of different emotions hitting you at once. I totally 100% get that. I don't know if your mom told you. I did 17 years and I had 5 kids before I left.
Mhm.
So yeah, I totally understand that. All I can say is, man, day at a time, man. Day at a time. Figure it out, man. Y'all figure it out. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I appreciate you coming. I hear you in college now.
Yeah, I'm in college right
What's
now.
your major, man? What's your major?
I got a major in computer science and informational security, and then I got a minor in mathematics.
Oh, that's the future. That's the future right
Yeah.
there. That's always a job for sure. And well, I thank you for coming on, man. And I just want to at least show this dynamic. You look like your mom. I mean, that's
Everybody
crazy.
All
told
the
me that.
time.
Yeah.
And
He
now they
said
can see it side by side right here. You can't deny it. You know what I mean? That's you. I don't even think you had a dad. It's just moms. I mean,
it's just Bob.
straight up. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But hey, I think you come in, keep doing that good work, man. I appreciate you. Um, just holding it down, man. You know, we people coming out just like you need to be fulfilled in that abandonment issue that you guys are gonna have to figure out and get to later. Because I understand if you don't know it, I know it because I've dealt with my kids about it. It's like fuck what I was doing. I wasn't thinking about my kids when I committed my crime.
Mhm.
And that don't mean I didn't love them, but the way I look at it now, and this is only my opinion, is I should have got a job then instead of getting a job now. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? When I came home. You
And
know?
it's crazy because I don't know if she told you about it, but she had us go to not some type of what's it called, the for Christmas time.
Oh, we
Angel
did.
Tree?
Yeah, Angel
Yeah,
Tree.
so
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
a
yeah.
part of Angel Tree, and
Oh,
he was a part of Angel
oh
Tree
yeah.
side. Yeah, so he helps the other children,
Yes.
and we do a lot of like mentoring as well. So what happened over there?
Oh yeah, that really
Yeah.
opened my eyes because for a long time I thought like I was the only one feeling these things or going through
Mm-hmm.
these things. So
Mhm.
once I got that sense of community going over
Right.
there, realizing that there's so many others like me, or at least others around the same circumstances, it
Mhm.
really opened my eyes.
And
And
believe it or
it,
not, there's more people on your community than there is in our community.
On ours,
yeah, for
it's true.
sure.
Yeah, because there's way more children of incarcerated parents than there are incarcerated parents.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
look at me myself. I got 10 kids. That automatically multiplies 1 to 10 right there.
By
I mean,
one
so
person.
right by one person. But I mean, go ahead. So this community opened your eyes a lot more towards the fact that you're not alone out there.
yeah, and it motivated me to try to bring more light into that community and just start to spark motivation within those kids. Because I have two kids now that I'm mentoring,
Okay.
and I'm just doing this on a small scale. So once I get on a bigger scale, I'll be able to reach out to way more
So
kids.
have you created a channel yet?
No, I'm in the works for doing all of that. I'm in a lot of different fields. Like I got a cookbook that I'm working on right now.
Mhm.
I work with kids with special needs, so I'm working on a YouTube channel to teach kids how to do math.
Yeah.
My one of my goals is to try to get a kid to the college level math courses. Someone with special needs to a college level
Oh
math.
yeah.
So
That's
that's one of the
beautiful.
things I want to get them into.
Mhm.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, and just for the record, man, you can get my info from mom. If you need any information on the YouTube get down or whatever, how to get it popping,
Oh,
man, hit me up. It's nothing.
definitely. I
Yeah.
told him I wanted to push his book. It'll be out soon.
Yeah,
So
push your
Yeah.
book. We'll push your book, and I'll have believe me, I'll get in contact with other people that got YouTubes and stuff like that, and we'll try to get it popping because that's what we're about. We're about trying to help other people spread this, and people need to hear what you got to say as well. Just like they need to hear our stories to see what not to do, they need to hear your stories to see what people who put in your who without any harm or any hurt of yourself get put into a situation you have no control over and still flourish afterwards and try to
Yeah.
help other people.
Because in my eyes, like it was super easy to just go into the dark side. That was the
Yeah.
easiest thing. But with me, I don't pick the easy route ever.
And
So I
that's
had
the
to go the long way.
perfect example. I got a homeboy that got double life in prison right now, and he had a son that has the same name, and his son has life in prison now too. You know what I mean? So it's like that. It's a blessing to see. Like none of my kids have ever been in trouble like that. You know what I mean? Thankfully, God bless.
And that's what we kind of want to do, just break the chains, because it's like
Yeah,
a generational curse.
yeah,
Once
and
it snowball.
yeah, and you get, and the unfortunate thing is that there's not enough people out here after that showing that. Wait, nah, I don't. There's too many people in the hood thinking that that's the life that we're supposed to live. Like
Hmm.
my dad was a gangster, I need to be a gangster. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, my son's a nerd. I'm proud hand
Hmm.
raised computer
Hmm.
nerd son. You fucking right, and I'm happy about that. You know what I mean? He don't have to shoot a basketball, throw a football, nothing. Get on your computer and handle your business. You know what I mean? It's
And look
that
at the
Yeah,
simple.
world we're living in now.
He's the
it's
one that taught me how to do all of this. You know what I mean? He had to teach me because I didn't know. All I knew how to do was load weapons and cut up dope. That's all I had to know. I knew how to do. So
Hmm.
you know what I mean? Thank you. I salute you, man. And I'm gonna lock in the rest of this interview with her. And
Yeah.
I definitely, when you get ready to do your channel though and get it locked in, I definitely want to bring you on to spread that so we can do a whole separate interview, just you.
for
Hmm.
sure.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
So you
Yeah.
be safe out there, man, and keep your head, man.
He
Of
got
course.
a good lot of followers that are loyal
Oh
to
yeah.
our community, which is
Yeah.
very important.
Yeah, we're gonna get him on the credible messenger movement because his what he got to say is very credible.
No, definitely. Like you said, his community is bigger, and there's just no
Be bigger.
programs for them.
Yeah, we need to
No
spread more
programs
light.
for them. But I'm working on that now with his college, actually, John Jay.
Mm-hmm.
And so with the I mean, I'm gonna give you just a perfect example. He was doing his own stuff
Yep.
before I came. I
Right.
sent all my stuff from prison. I was lucky that he didn't go into the system. So he was independent and he
Right.
was able to do everything on his own. Once I came home, they didn't want to hear that.
Yeah.
They wanted all my paperwork and all that stuff, and all his things started getting backed up. So I
Oh,
kind of, and then they didn't take care of him like they were taking care of him before. Then they
right.
told him, oh, go back and go to the back of the line.
Right.
So I got lucky that with the PRI and just us talking about our issues, and they kind of want to do a small program, taking care of his community.
Yeah.
So they went in and walked them through it, helped them out right away. Like he has his own issues, and like he explained his own feelings and his own
Oh
emotions, and
yeah.
they're not being addressed
Yeah.
in a lot of organizations. They just ignore these kids.
Yeah, and that's I'm glad that you started your organization, the Children of Incarcerated Parents. You
Mhm.
guys, just so you guys know, that's her plug. That's not mine. That's hers. I'm just repeating what I
break,
already know. She's
breaking the
already
bar,
started.
breaking the bars, baby. We're
Yeah,
breaking
and
the bars.
because I'm big, my whole channel is big on changing the psychosis. I don't know if you how much of you might watch my channel is big on changing the way our youngsters think.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's not about glorifying what we've done. It's about showing, look what happened to me when I was a child. Look what I was brought up around. This is why I was taught. This is why I was subconsciously taught to behave this way. You know what I mean? I
Hmm.
didn't just come out like, oh, I'm a bad kid. There's no such thing as a bad kid. You know what I mean?
No, and
It's what they're
sometimes
taught.
things happen. Like I've seen
Yeah.
women in prison that really don't. When I tell you don't belong in there,
Oh yeah.
I really want people to know that these days are prosecuting a
Oh yeah.
potato.
Oh yeah.
Anybody can get it.
And don't
You
get me wrong, at a point, I do believe that I belonged in prison. At a point. I got to a point where they were gonna either have to take me off, they was gonna have to kill me or lock me up. You know what I mean? That was gonna be the only choice at a point in my life because I just was running around like I didn't care. But okay, so we went into like 45 minutes. So before we get off, we know all the stuff you're doing. So glad that you blessed us with your son. That's gonna be big. Um,
think.
is if there's any shout outs or anything you want to shoot out there right now, this will be the best time to do it on the channel.
Oh, definitely. So I'm working with Educate, Don't Incarcerate. I'm a credible messenger myself, so I want to
Yeah.
give a shout out
Oh,
to
that's the team.
Professor Terrence Coffey because he is doing amazing things.
Yep.
His organization is definitely working on changing laws. We're advocating for just those old law got to go. They have
Yep.
to go. And he's definitely trying to just get as many people out of prison as possible. So
Yes.
shout out to
And,
him.
and
Shout
not
out
just out of prison, out of the prison mindset as well.
mindset, because that's a whole other discussion that we got to get
Yes,
into. And
ma'am.
he's great at doing that. They can check him
Mm-hmm.
out at his channel as well. And shout out to you for having me and
Oh
my son
man,
over
the
here.
team, the
Have
team.
a great audience. And if anyone needs their children to speak to Darian or whatever, they could definitely contact us through you.
Yeah, they can contact me if you want to. If you got children if you've been incarcerated and you have a child, that is dealing with any kind of issues, you don't understand, get in contact with us. We can put them in contact with Darian so that they can be part of that community.
Yeah, because I don't understand. We could never understand what they're going
No,
through in their emotions.
absolutely not. So,
Void.
but yeah,
So
I
thank
really
you.
appreciate you coming on. It was a blessing, and I'm pretty sure we'll probably have some kind of forum in the future where we're on together since we're both credible messengers. Uh,
Yay.
so anything else other than that, fans, you guys already know. Send shouts out to Minerva when you see it on my page.
Mhm.
Run these numbers up, get these likes up, and if you don't do nothing else in life, man, stay loyal to you, man. Fuck everything else.